Now, I just have to, good morning everybody. I just have to, I know I'm live already. I just have to go here and start have to refresh and start my other, where are we here? Good morning. I know I'm really, what's happened here? I should be live on this other thing here. Am I live? Am I live? Yes! There. Turn that off. And I'm ready to go. All right. Good morning. I'm wearing this dun-colored female of the species feather boa this morning for two reasons. One is that it's cold. It's cold and gray and raining and just stupid outside. And I was going to wear kind of a mossy green dress because I thought, oh, you know, it's so stylish and it's so whatever. And then I thought, no, I'm not. The sky is gray and the ground is gray and the rain is gray, and I'm going to go and pivot. I'm going to pivot. I'm going to get my fabulous orange boa, and I'm going to wear that because I can. Because I can. Because we can, right? So, good morning, everybody. It's 9:59, and the Keeners may have joined me. Good morning, Vern. I reached out to my very, very sweet, dear, wonderful friend, Vern, this morning, essentially with a brick, and I said, Vern, I'm going live this morning. Because he missed the notifications for some reason. My notifications weren't working. I so apologize for it, and I know you wanted to. You wanted to be there before. So good morning. You're the first. How awesome is that? I'm just gonna like this. Okay. So we have a lot of really stupid stuff going on in the capital of Canada today, in addition to the rain and the power outages and, you know, the fact that it's going to then, temperature's going to drop to minus everything, and all the rain is going to turn to ice, and we're going to have freezing slish blowing sideways because the wind is going to be going at a gazillion miles an hour from west to east, presumably, and it's just going to be garbage day. Really, it's going to be garbage day. And that will teach us, I think. I think Mother Nature is saying, if you're going to behave badly, I'm going to show you exactly what you get. So, hence the boa, and hence the attack attitude. And every so often when I look down, it's because I'm turning off the too low. Create another event. Facebook, don't maybe come over there. I'm so grateful for a couple of things. I'm grateful for the opportunity to wear my fabulous orange boa when it's gray outside. And I'm grateful for the opportunity that I have figured out the technology sufficiently that I can get on when it's live and talk when it's live. And I've figured out the trajectory of the camera and the angle, and I think I've pushed the camera down because you can't see my on-air sign, but that's okay because I'm on air, we're on air. And I'm really grateful. I've reached out blatantly and I've said, please, 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 will you subscribe to my YouTube? And in just a couple of days, it's gone from 50 to 65. Yay! So after the show today, I'm going to post the link again. And if you would be so kind, take great pity on me and tell your friends, please subscribe to Abby's YouTube, because she's going to go on about it till the end of time if you don't. Because you know me. So, and the other thing I'm really grateful for is the opportunity to talk to you about what's happening. There's just a feather that is starting to it's pointing at me. All right. The opportunity to talk to you about the interviews I've been having for the Pivot book. The Pivot book, we can see it. You can see what? What can you see, Jeremy? Good morning, Jeremy. You can see the light? Jeremy has seen the light. What I'm getting this wonderful opportunity to do in interviewing people for the Pivot book is they are giving me these incredible insights on pivoting that hadn't occurred to me, and I'm not surprised that things on your side. I'm not surprised that things don't occur to me, because I'm really looking through these, and there's all these other perspectives. So when I'm interviewing somebody and they say, well, this is I don't know if this qualifies, but this is what I think my pivot is. And I'm sitting there thinking, yes, that is definitely what we're talking about. We are talking about the ability to zig and zag when we give ourselves permission. And also, and this was something that hadn't occurred to me, I'm just going to click, thank you, Jeremy. This was something that hadn't occurred to me, and I had this amazing conversation with a very, very long time loyal fan of You Can't Do It on Television, who was saying, are you going to include mental health in terms of pivoting? And I said, well, yes, of course. Yes. And he said, good, because I have a condition. And when it was finally diagnosed and I was given medication, I was back in control of my pivoting. And I thought, you see what books do? Books sneak up on you. Books sneak up on you, and they give you an opportunity to see the bigger picture. So exciting when that happens. When I did the fame book, and I'm not going to hold it up today. I hold it up every day. I'm not going to hold it up today. When I did the fame book, things came out of the conversations that I had never expected, and I really knew these people well. So it means that we don't know everything. We don't know all the things that have been driving and shaping and influencing people, because we can't get inside their heads. All we know is what we think we see and hear, right? And the fact is, and I know this from acting, and it's certainly something that I've taught a lot of my clients who wanted to be coached to be able to, speak with a little more shazam. People don't see what you show them, really, and they don't hear what you tell them exactly as you were showing and telling, because it comes to them, it reaches them through their filter. And their filter is all kinds of stuff. Their filter is that cave brain that is trying to keep them alive in a very primitive time, when there was only one alpha to please and one cave to be in and one set of priorities. And there's your stage manager brain, who is trying to figure out if the lights are plugged in and if they can see the on-air sign, and is there lipstick on my teeth? Is there lipstick on my teeth? No, good. and then there's the actor brain, the front and center brain, who's standing there saying, why do they keep putting me out here with no props and no tools? What did I ever do to deserve this? All of this is the chatter that's going on inside somebody else's head while you are connecting to them, communicating with them. So it's only natural that there's going to be interference. Is going to be static. There's going to be that other loop tape going on. And so I wanted to talk about pivotry and pivoting in a slightly different way today, because I still need more people excited about it. I need everybody excited about it. I think I need 3 more interviews for this book. Might be 4, but hey, because if I have more, it'll be book 2. So here's the thing. Pivoting is not letting go. By my definition, by my Viking definition, which is, I don't think so. That's the Viking thing. Pivoting is not letting go. Pivoting is not giving in. Pivoting is not saying, well, okay, I guess I didn't really want to, but everybody was doing. That's not pivoting. That's complying. And we all have to comply. There are lots of times in life when we need to comply. That's not what I'm talking about in this concept of taking on a new ownership of where we're going and what we're doing, and creating this amazing community together while we do it. Okay. Pivoting is not giving in, it's not letting go, it's not complying. Pivoting is seeing what's going on and saying, okay, this is what the ask is. This is how I answer. This is what they think they want. This is what I'm giving them. There's a really famous line, a quote, a comment made by Henry Ford, who invented the Ford motor car. And the quote is this: if I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses. He didn't give them faster horses. He gave them a vehicle that harnessed the power of many horses in order that the vehicle went faster at their command. It didn't just go faster and they all got behind the wheel and went, ah! No. Cars go faster because you say so. Cars go faster because you put your foot on that pedal over there. And you take your foot off this pedal over here. Always remember, take your foot off the brake if you want to go faster. So, the conversation today about pivoting, what I want to give you is two things. I want to give you an idea for a motto. And how I'm going to do that, in order for you to own your pivoting, in order for you to be the one driving your vehicle, your bus, your boat, whatever, you need a theme. You need a motto. When a bunch of people get in a boat and they're all given an oar, there's somebody at the front going row, row, or stroke, stroke, so they can all work together. They all face the same way, and they're all told what the objective is. So we don't have three people facing the wrong way and the boat going in circles. We don't have everybody on one side of the boat so the boat's going in circles. We have an intention, and we have a theme, right? Okay. Here's what I think will be helpful when you develop your theme. And it's going to be your theme. I can't give you your theme. You're going to have something that you say to yourself that is, yeah, this makes me feel like I'm walking here. Okay. When you go to a restaurant and you're kind of hungry, but you're not that hungry, and you're tired, and so you're not really into it one way or the other, and somebody orders something, you say, I don't care, just order anything, I don't care. Okay, and they order anything, and you know what? It ends up being exactly what you deserve if you don't care and you didn't pay attention. It's mediocre. And you take a bite, and the little voice inside your head goes, oh, jeez. It's not blah, it's just blah. Okay. If somebody asks you, well, do you want to take it back? Do you want to call a waiter? I mean, we can fix this. And you're too tired to bother. And you say, no, you know what, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I'm fine. It's not that bad. Have you said that? Have you ever said that? Raise your hand. You've said that? Okay. Suppose you won the lottery, not $1 million. Suppose you won $100. And you decide to go and buy yourself something really hot to wear, really. And you try it on, and it's awesome. and you buy it with that $100, and you put it on, and you turn to your friend, and you say, well, huh? Huh? And the friend says, it's not that bad. Do you? Yes, as hot as this boa. Absolutely as hot as this boa. I haven't turned the lights on it today because it's a little distracting, but I could. If you do something amazing, you've worked hard, you've committed to it, and you say to somebody, oh, did you like it? And they say, it was okay. It's not that bad. You know what? You'll get better. So I've only had that happen to me a couple of times, and then I stopped asking people what their opinion was, because clearly that's not working. And when somebody has said, so what do you think of this? What do you think of this, huh? Is it awesome? They said, it's not that bad. I have burned the thing. I have burned, excuse me a moment. I've gone into the other room, taken the thing off, thrown it in the garbage, set fire to it, put on something else. It's not that bad is not my motto. It is not my war cry. It is not my I'm walking here. Guaranteed not mine. Why not? Because I have been through hell. Twice, sideways. And I was wearing a shirt that made me look fat. I have no intention of having a lousy time. And I don't care what anybody says. I'm not going to have a lousy time. I'm not going to walk into every situation sighing and saying, oh, well, I suppose it'll be okay. No, it's not gonna, I suppose it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be awesome. And if it isn't awesome, I'll go find something else that is awesome. Because that's the way it works. For me, for a Viking, excuse me. Not crying, celebrating. So, this is my first suggestion to you, is on one side of a piece of paper, write, it's not that bad. Write it down. It's not that bad. And then, when this chat is over, on the other side of the piece of paper, write down your war cry. Write down the thing you think and feel and say when somebody pushes the wrong button. And you're not getting even. You're getting better. You're saying, not today. Not now. Not ever. It's happened to all of us. I tend to give people the benefit of the doubt. I know it doesn't sound like it when I'm being a Viking. I do, though, because I often think that people aren't as lucky as I have been to learn my life lessons so early. I often think that they're not given the opportunity to see how bad it can be and feel the gratitude I feel that I actually wake up every morning. I was in a car accident in my teens. I should have, by all logic, I should have died that day. I didn't. Every day since that accident, since I woke up, is a bonus day. Who gets those? What did I do to deserve it? What did you really do to deserve it? I'm here and you're there. How did that happen? So I'm not taking it for granted. I'm not walking around feeling entitled. Well, I found the coffee, it was cold, and I don't really like the lighting in here, and I don't like... No, no. I'm walking in and I'm saying, all right then, can we change the light? No? Here, let me help you with that. Let me help you with that. And I'll help you with it. Believe me, I'll help you with it. Because I want it to be awesome. For me. I want it to be awesome. For you. You deserve it. So there is no place in my life for, it's not that bad. There's no place for, how do I look in this dress? Oh, you look fine. Not, you look fine. Not that. Oh, you know, you're fine. It's fine. No, no. I don't want to be fine. I want to be fabulous. I know I'm fabulous. I put the dress on. I'm looking at it thinking, yes. I'm checking from the back just to make sure. And I'm walking out owning as much of the day as I can. Because it's my day. It's my day. So it should be awesome. So that's the first homework for you. In order that this whole pivot thing begins to feel like it's your pivot, and it feels like it makes sense to you, and you're doing it your way. You're taking your cues from me, but you're doing it your way. Okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing is this raging Viking alter ego of yours that is not going to stand for it's not that bad. This other part of you needs a name. It needs a name. Every character that I've ever played has had a name. Every one of them. Every one. Even if I didn't tell anybody what the character's name was. They all have a name. Do you know why? So I can talk to them. So in my head, I can say, all right, listen to me. Listen to me, Valerie. There's limp, and then there's limp. Shape up. So my Viking alter ego, her name is Scarlet. And my second oldest best friend, and I don't mean by age, I mean by longevity, calls me Scarlet. She calls me Miss Scarlet. Well, Miss Scarlet, that was an interesting opportunity, wasn't it? That was a moment. And she's speaking directly to the Viking who hadn't really paid attention and suddenly had to row really quickly around the rocks and, oh, the waterfall, and came out virtually unscathed. So you not only need a really good war cry, you need to ask yourself how many times you say it's not that bad, or it'll be okay, or it's good enough, and say, no, it isn't. If I'm saying those things, I'm complying. I'm saying I don't matter enough. And oh my God in heaven, yes you do. You matter like everything. Because you're in the boat with me. We all matter. Without all of us, the boat's not going anywhere. So get over the limp thing, get a motto, and grab a name. And it doesn't matter what it is, and you don't have to tell anybody. You can announce it, or you can send me a message, or you can just have it all your own. I want you to do that for me and for you. For me, selfishly, because Story Me TV is my new production company. And while I'm doing my shows and my creative stuff, I'm opening the door for you. I want to share this opportunity with you. You didn't have to go to acting school, and you didn't have to be considered a good writer, and you don't have to be a good singer. Don't have to be a good singer. And you don't have to be able to dance. You don't have to be able to do any of the things other people have said you need to do. Because what do they know? Are they in my boat? No? Then you know what? It's their opinion. And how lovely for them. But it has nothing to do with you. And and it has nothing to do with me, and it has nothing to do with the quality of our lives in a tough time. It's a tough time. There's always ups and there's always downs and there's always crisis everywhere. But this, arguably, is a tough time. Is it our fault? Yeah, probably. Probably we have a lot to do with it. Having said that, okay. Next. So we have weather. Today we have a lot of weather. Today we have many weather. We have good, bad, ugly, gray, wet, snow, and sideways stuff today. Hence the boa. And I'm pivoting. I'm saying, okay, but I'm talking about positivity. I'm talking about changing the game to suit us. Not breaking the rules. Taking the game up a level. Making it fun. Making it sparkle in the eye. Making it exciting. Because we're all making a lot of difficult decisions. Charles, my very good friend Charles, has made a decision that he's actually made several. He made a decision that his health wasn't good, so he went on a diet and he started working out, and he lost the weight that he needed to lose to make a lot of other things work better. And it worked. And he's very proud of himself, and he should be, because he worked at it every day. It didn't kill him. He worked at it every day. That's commitment. That's consistency. And then he had other health issues with his family, and he had to help with those. They're his family. He feels responsible. He's a white knight. He's shifting his life around, changing the game so that he's in charge. He's pivoting so that he can make this work under his rules, on his terms. He had recently decided, he and his wife, that they were going to move, and they were all excited about it, and they went on an exploratory trip, and they made some plans. And they came home after the, yay, woo, champagne, woo, we're going to move. They sat and thought about it. And there was a very real thing they had to consider, and that was, it's difficult to find medical care when you move and start over. How do you find a doctor? How do you find the immediate ability to be safe in a new place at this time? And they took a long, hard look at that question, and they decided, okay, it's our dream to move, and we will in a minute. Not yet. In a minute. They haven't stopped dreaming. They've just put the dream ahead a few paces until they can reach it. They haven't said it's not that bad here. They've said it's going to be better than this right now because we're excited, we have a goal, and we've just added the necessary steps to get there safely. So he's pivoting in a huge way. Other people that I've interviewed have had to make really serious, significant life changes. They've had to pivot big, and they're doing it because they can. Because the thing we don't realize is that pivoting is not losing control. Pivoting is not losing safety and sanctuary. Pivoting is gaining control, is making it more safe soon. The reason we don't like the idea is because it's unfamiliar. Familiar feels safe. So the third thing I want you to do is maybe write a little note. And the note is this. Is it safe? If it's not safe, is that true? Or am I just telling myself it's true? Because that's familiar. Am I making it true to keep me trapped? Am I listening to my cave brain? Because your cave brain, bless its heart, is doing its best, but it doesn't have all the information. It's doing its best with what it has. So those are the things I'm asking you to do for me, but mostly for you. Because this is what it's all about. Story Me TV is about our stories, collectively, together, woven together to make this awesome fabric. And you need to love your story. You need to look at your story, the one you're living right now, and say, fabulous. You don't need to look at your story and say, well, it's not that bad. And I'm really so grateful. I am. I'm so grateful. I mean, it could be worse. It could be worse. Everything could be worse. I could be dead. There's worse. I could have no boa on a rainy day. That's worse. So, Jeremy, you have the same weather as I do today? Wear your boa. Wear your boa, honey. So the two things, the two big things. One is you need a motto. You need a war cry. And the one that isn't worthy of you is, it's not that bad. Oh no, it'll be okay. I really don't mind cold coffee. Excuse me. Iced coffee is one thing. Tepid coffee. That's not a drink. Tepid coffee is not a drink. It's an error of mammoth proportions. And the second thing you need to do for you and for me is you need your Viking name. You need your alter ego name. Because your alter ego is going to say, what do you mean it's not that bad? What is wrong with you? Did you bump your head this morning? You need that. So, as I always do, I tell a story. And the story that I want to tell this morning is about pivoting. And typically, when I have not thought in advance, my pivoting tends to be diverting. So a person that I really, really admired, this is many years ago, told me that I should go and audition for this theater company. And he said, it's a wonderful opportunity, and I've told them you're coming, and I've told them that you're amazing. And they're going to have you join them, because I've given you this rave review. And you need to be in that company, because they're doing wonderful things, and that's going to really help your career. All right then, I'm on it. So I get in the car and I drive over, and I go in, and I'm, and there's a table. When you go to an audition, if you've never been to an audition, there's a table, and there are all these po-faced people sitting on the other side of the table looking like their socks are damp. It's not inspiring. And if you didn't know, actors tend to have issues of rejection because they don't get hired, right? So you walk in and there they are, this gauntlet that you have to face. And I went in and, hi, I'm Abby. And the po-faced leader of the group said, did you bring your music? So, sorry. Did you bring your music? Me. You know, I forgot it. But I'm nothing if not flexible. Do you have music? And he said, well, I thought you were going to bring music. Everyone brings music. Okay, I didn't bring music. Do you have music? Yes, we have music. And he turned to the sub-lieutenant, po-faced person, who made a big thing and put music on. The music's playing. And I said, what do you want me to do? He said, well, I want dance. We expected you to have a dance routine. There's a dance routine, and then we're going to have you sing. Now, here's the thing. That would have been the time to leave. That would have been the time to leave. But my mentor had recommended me. Why the hell he didn't tell me there was going to be music, I don't know. Not listening, dropped on his head that day. And I didn't want to disappoint him. And I didn't want to look untalented, or I don't know, I didn't want to look unkeen. So I started to dance. Now, arguably, I've danced in shows, and you know, once you show me the steps, I'm pretty good, and I can do my little thing. I'm okay. But I've never heard this music before, and it was weird, swoopy. It was like jazz hands music, you know. No idea. So I basically Galenda sprung around the room, making swoopy motions with my hands and tossing my head and leaping like I'm sweating, leaping like a mad thing, practically looking over at the table, and they all said there are no expressions. I'm dancing for an oil painting. It's awful. Thank God there was no video. I would have had to burn it and burn anybody who'd ever seen it. It was terrible. And then right at the end, you cannot usually tell that music's going to end because it's sort of wrapping up, and I'm thinking, thank you, dear God in heaven, thank you. And just as it was ending, I caught my toe on the rug. Caught my toe, and I went down like an oak. I don't fall well. I lay there making that noise that you make when you have no air. And guy gets up and looks over the table at me. He says, "Is that it?" Is that it? I said, "The end needs work." And he said, "Well, obviously." And you know what I knew in that moment? Here's what I knew in that moment. Not a single one of them rushed around the table to see if I was going to live. Not a single one of them laughed their asses off when I was dancing. Not a single one of them said, "Well, actually, you know what, we don't need to see. Let's see you act, right? Let's see the other thing you can do." Not a single one of them. Here's what I knew when all of that computed in my brain as I was lying there gasping on the floor like a beached whale. I wouldn't work with them at gunpoint. And on top of that, I'm going to have a little chat with my mentor, because who did he think I was willing to be? To be with this august company? What was up with that? And I reclaimed me in that moment. Managed to get myself up off the floor. And the po-faced guy said, "Well, I at least hope you brought a script." And I said, "You know what? I've decided we're not a good fit." And I left. I walked out the door. It's not that I wasn't a good fit for them. Was it? They were not a good fit for me. And this is where I want you to be. I want you to be joining me, doing the best with what you're given, finding the positivity that you have, that we all have, getting rid of "it's not that bad and it's okay and I need to comply because I really need the job." Yes, we all really need a job, but there are other jobs. And we all really need to have a roof over our heads, but there are other roofs. We should never, ever, ever feel that we are not worthy and we need to comply in order to qualify. If you're here with me, whether right now while this is live or later, honey bun, you invented qualify. You are awesome. And it's my honor to work with you. It's my honor that you take the time out of your day to join me, to be on this journey with me. So, you're not going to believe this. I've gone long. Who'd have thunk it? So, it's Thursday, which means the weekend is upon us. It means that soon after it stops raining, it will snow, and then it'll get windy, and eventually it'll go away. And the sun is setting later, so winter is gradually letting go. So everything is going to marginally get better step by step. Over the weekend, think about what I've said today. Think about it being you at that horrible audition. The end needs work. Think about your motto. Think about your Viking name. And share it with me. That's the homework. You never thought you'd have homework, right? Well, you do. So that's the homework. There's two other things. Obviously, I'm going to post the link to YouTube. I'm 65. Oh my God. How long is it going to take me to get 75? Not that I'm greedy. Or 105. So I'm going to post the link to the YouTube channel. So please tell your friends. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, okay? And the other thing I would like you to do is like this and share it, all right? Tell your friends that you have this lunatic friend. You're beginning to see that they never really had her act at all when she was playing Mom, because there it is, front and center. The only difference is Mom never wore a boa. And that's it, basically. That's going to be a wrap for today, except for two things. Be good to you. You deserve it. And hug your loved ones. They deserve it too. Thanks for seeing me.